So welcome to this series event, right? The whole goal of this event is to help you to show you how to secure a paid internship that hopefully can lead to a permanent job within 3 to 6 months. My target is mostly university graduates in Europe, but I know the Queen, you are a special case. We had a chat about this, right? So most of the concepts I'm going to be talking about is applicable anywhere, right? Without any further ado, let's kick off. So I believe that the main goal for us, right, the reason why we went to university was because we wanted to graduate and also to hopefully transition to become a professional. That is the reason why I think, let's say 99% of us, we went to school because we want to become a professional. But unfortunate news is it's really getting tough because on average, based on my experience, it now takes like 2 to 5 years for some people to transition from this graduate status to becoming a professional. It's even getting worse for people who have a non-tech degree. So I don't know if on this call, if you have a non-tech degree, it is really becoming very, very difficult. Not only back in Africa, but in Europe as well. I know people that we came to Belgium together, but they are still struggling to get into the professional world. So it is becoming very, very tough. Now, we know we are in the world of AI now. Right now, it is something that you have to really look into it because AI is really coming to automate so many things. And if you are just a knowledge worker, just know that you are being threatened, which means that AI will definitely take over so many of the things that, or let's say so many of the jobs that they'll probably need maybe 10 or 50 people to do. An AI agent can do those things. We are now seeing the impact just in like call centers. Before, call centers were being run by individuals, but now we see AI agents that are able to even do those things more efficient than those call experts or consultants. So this is something you really need to take into consideration. Now, given the fact that it's quite challenging to transition from that graduate to professional, one thing I've realized is, and it's something that is general, that that transition it becomes much easier, or the barrier to entry into the professional world becomes much easier if you go through the intern route. It's a soft spot, especially for employers, because employers don't want to hire you like a professional and then maybe in 3 months to 6 months they realize that you are not a perfect match. So they are looking at, oh, let's try maybe a softer route by taking interns. So you'll be admitted, like, yeah, on when you go through an intern, it's a softer route. And also when you become an intern, on average it can take you 3 to 6 months to land a job. I'm going to show you how I actually got into the professional world. I use this route as well, but it's not like, okay, it's like a norm, or it's a condition that you must go through an intern. But it becomes much easier for you to get some professional experience and you become a professional. So, given the fact that going through the internship helps to get you into the professional world, but there's one unfortunate news, that now the fact that we all know that getting an internship is quite good for you to get into the professional world. The opportunities are also becoming very limited. So for the limited opportunities that are out there, if you go on LinkedIn, the limited opportunities that are out there, a lot of graduates are really scrambling for these opportunities. So you have students, you have the graduates, sometimes professionals, even those people, some people with the experience, still scramble for these internship positions. That's why you see now the conditions for internships are becoming more and more challenging, in the sense that we expect that some of the requirements to become an intern will probably just be your university degree. But if you look at some of the internship requirements, they expect you to have some level of experience. So it's becoming tough. And that's why a lot of graduates nowadays, they become frustrated after they have tried applying for so many of these limited opportunities. Um, Let me break down the whole approach. I believe a lot of, maybe you guys joining this call, that is the mindset you're having. So you are using a reactive approach to apply for internship opportunities. So what are you going to do? You wait for internship opportunities to be announced. So an employer will announce that, yes, I have an opportunity or an opening. Then what will you do? You submit your CVs, right? Submit your CVs, submit your applications, and you're begging or you're hoping or you're praying that you will be called for an interview. So, what is the challenge with this process? If you're being reactive or you're using the old approach, this approach is very, very competitive. It is very, very competitive, and you don't have the control. So you're just hoping. Remember, I use keywords such as you're hoping, you're praying, you're wishing that you are being called for an interview. And nowadays with AI, some of these application process are all automated. So when you submit your applications, it's not even someone that is sitting there to actually go through those applications. They have automated this process where your CVs and the rest are all screened. So it's becoming tough and very competitive. And most of the time, these internship opportunities are always well defined, which means that if you even succeed to get in, they will tell you, okay, this internship position is for 3 months, and after that, when the problem is solved, we probably don't need you. But yeah, it might still be like they can still retain you, but most of the time, they always have the definite period. Okay, just to give you some evidence. So I did a research just I think this morning, just to find out internship opportunities on LinkedIn. I did a poll on in the group, on a WhatsApp group, asking for like those for you that are active on LinkedIn. I believe maybe you have searched on LinkedIn looking for opportunities. You clearly see these are examples of two opportunities in Belgium. There's business development representative intern and for business intelligence and analyst internship. You clearly see that there are over 100 applicants. So when it becomes over 100, LinkedIn even stops counting. So we don't even know if there were 500 or like 200 or what. It even stops counting. So imagine that you are always hoping that when they post a job opportunity like this, you want to be part of this 100. So what is the probability of success? It is very, very low. Probably they need just one, and yeah, I'm sure they need just one. That's why it's called an intern. So your probability of getting into to bypass 100 applications is very, very low. You don't want to place your hope on this kind of bet, right? Okay. Now, so what is really happening that whenever an internship position is being posted online, there is so much scramble towards it. You need to understand that only 3% of opportunities, only 3% of internship opportunities are announced. What does that mean? It means that just 3% of recruiters or employers actually know that, yes, this is the problem we want to solve. And with this problem, this is the solution we have, this is the requirements, and now they have announced that we need an intern. Just only 3% of employers have those, they are the ones actually doing those announcements on LinkedIn or any other job platform. Now the rest, so 17% of those employers, they are still in information gathering mode. So they'll be like, okay, yes, we do have a problem. We might need an intern. We don't really know if this is the right time. So they are still thinking of announcing those opportunities. Then 20%, they are just problem aware. Yes, we do have a problem. They are not even thinking of the solution yet. And vast majority, 60%, they are neither problem nor solution aware. So if you're only hoping that you look at opportunities on LinkedIn or any other job platform, then you're putting your whole bet on 3%, then leaving the other 97% of employers on the table. Okay. Now, to target the other 97%, you can't use the same old strategy you have been using, right? Where you wait for someone to announce, because by the time you wait for them to announce, then you're back to that 3%. Our new approach, or the approach I really want you to take, is more of a proactive approach where you create your own internship opportunities. And how will you do that? So the steps include, first of all, you must think of a project. You come up with a good project proposal. When you come up with a good project proposal, the next step, you'll be the one to contact employers. So you reach out to employers and really present your project proposals to them. When you do like that, then the discussion changes. It's not like you're going in for an internship interview. It's more like a discussion. So it will be like, can you please tell us more about this your project you're talking about? So there is the change in the dynamics. And with this approach, it's a game changer. With this approach, it has so many advantages. First of all, there's less competition. You are the one that have designed, you design your project, you're reaching out to employers and you're calling and you're having the discussion. So it's a one-on-one discussion. It's not like they are competing or they'll tell you, I'm going to have a discussion with you, and then maybe the next intern or no, or the next candidate. There is nothing like that. Next, you have full control of the internship. What does that mean? The fact that you design the project, it means that you know the problem, then you are in full control. You will tell them, I'm going to need maybe 3 months to 6 months for me to solve this problem. So they are actually listening, they are taking, so in partnership with you, you are in control. And lastly, there is a higher chance for you to become a permanent hire. What does that mean? If you are solving a very good problem, a big problem for a company, then if after 3 months they are seeing the value you are contributing to the company, there is a tendency that they want to keep you to maybe complete the project, because you are the leader of the project. You know what you're doing. It will not make sense for them to say, okay, thanks for providing us a partial solution for 3 months. We will get someone else to continue with this project. That's why there is that higher chance that when you use this approach, there is a chance to get a permanent hire. And also, you have the advantage of doing what you really like. The fact that you design a project based on the problem you have identified, you'll be able to do something that you are in total control. You're like, it's your domain of expertise. So that is why it is also, this approach is quite innovative. Okay, let me give you some evidence. This is this is like I used this approach back in 2020. So I just highlighted the date. You clearly see that. So I got into a program that was September 2020. By September 2024, I was already reaching out to employers. So you clearly see the date. By October 8th, I was already having interviews. So if you're on this call and you're hoping to have an internship by, let's say, June, somehow you're already late. I'm just giving you how proactive I was in getting internship. So I wasn't this position wasn't announced anywhere. I was just proactive, and I reached out to those employers on time. And you see clearly I had my interview. It was more like a discussion. You see, we have received your internship request. Let's get to know you. It was different from let's get to interview you, because we have other candidates. So this proactive approach that I want you guys to take is a game changer. Okay. Before we move ahead, I just want you guys. So I've been hammering on this about the business innovation and growth project model, and also I've been sending a lot of videos and content around this. I just want to know in the chat section, how many of you actually read the white paper or the report? So just maybe put a yes or a no. It's fine if you didn't read, just a yes. I just want to have a feeling of those who actually went through the report. Just a yes or a no, or in the chat section, that is fine, guys. I just also want you guys to be interactive. So I see, yeah, the Queen, you read through it. That's good. Um, yeah, okay. Larissa, did you? It's fine if you did not. That's why we're having this event now. Okay. Happy said not yet. How many people do we have on the call? Larissa, did you? Okay, okay. Rachel said yes. I think Rachel, you and I will have we already have something going on, so it's good. Okay, so let's continue. So the reason why I designed this report is because, I'm not here to give you, if you think I'm here to just maybe through this, hopefully, yeah, through this event, you should be able to get the framework right. But the detail of the framework that you need in order to get those internships is in that report. And one thing I've realized is some of you are looking for the magic formula that you will just get an internship. You must put in the work. And if you cannot spend probably 30 minutes to read something that will probably give you an opportunity, then sorry for you. I don't see how you'll get the opportunity. But hopefully you'll get something out of this call. Okay. Now, some of you know me, but it's good that I just formally introduce myself. So I'm Ivo Kubam. I'm currently based in Belgium, and I'm a business innovation and growth engineer. I'm a data consultant, so I've provided my services. I work for Pfizer and Brussels Airport as well. And I hold two master's degree, one in health economics when I was back in Cameroon, in the College University of Cameroon. Then I had an advanced master's degree in data science and big data from Université Libre de Bruxelles. Um, and I'm the author of the framework that I'm about to propose to you, right? I have other frameworks that I've designed, but just to keep it simple, the one I'm going to propose is actually based on a lot of experiment and research, and I've seen what actually works, and I think this is the way forward for you guys. Okay, so in the next few minutes, if you were distracted, please guys, this is the time for you to focus because I'm about to tell you what is going to be the secret formula for you to get your internship. Because you need these skills. These are things that your university program will not teach you. I can beat my chest on that. University of Hassel will not teach you this thing. I don't know which. I don't know. Maybe the guys from other universities. I can beat you. I can beat my chest that these guys will not teach you these things. I've been in one of the best universities in Belgium, and nothing was taught like this. So, please focus for the next few minutes. Okay. I want you to position yourself as an employer, right? Really position yourself as an employer because if you are asking someone to hire you, sometimes it's also good to position yourself as the person that wants to hire you. You tell me which of these candidates will you hire? So I'm just going to read it out in case let me just read it out. So candidate one, you're using the old approach. You position yourself as a job seeker. That is the general approach that most of maybe you have been using, and if you did not attend this call, you will still be using that approach. So you say most of the time, you say, hello sir, yes, my CV or cover letter. I have a BSc or master's degree in a renowned university, maybe University of Hasselt. Please, I need a job at your company. Here's a list of skills I have gained, and also maybe some few companies you have worked for. This is the general way most of us, we are always kind of introducing ourselves to employers. But this is candidate two is using a new approach. So you position yourself as a growth consultant, someone that creates value for a company. So you say something like this: hello sir, what problems are you facing with your logistic company? I help logistic business increase closing rates and grow profits by 15%. Here is a list of companies I have helped increase profits. Then you present you are going to present some case studies. Now in the chat section, please guys tell me which of the candidates will you hire. You can put 1 for the old approach or 2 for the new approach. Okay, Larissa, you say 2. Okay, that's good. I think everyone goes in for 2. That sounds good. Okay. Now, it is obvious why 2 is an innovative way, because you clearly see that step 1 of this business innovation and growth project model is for you to be able to choose a market and identify a key problem. Very, very important. Choose a market and identify a key problem. Maybe I help you to examine. You clearly see that candidate 1 is not even like, what type of company do you want to work for? You cannot just tell me I'm open to work for any type of company. No. There is no way you can be very good at everything. But the more you are very precise at what you are very good at and the result you can give someone, then you stand a better chance. So that's why you have to choose a market. Are you very good with marketing and sales? Are you very good with logistic companies? Are you very good with, what type of company or life science companies? And what is the problem you want to solve? In the example, the guy was solving the problem of sales. So what problem do you want to solve for a company? Sometimes these companies don't even know what they need. So you have to help them even define something. That's why choosing a market is very important, and also identifying a revenue limiting problem faced by a company in your chosen market. So that is step number 1. Okay. The whole goal for step number 1 was just for me to help you do you see why you need to choose a market and identify a key problem? In the chat section, please either say yes or no. If say no, I can take some time to elaborate again. If say yes, then we can move ahead. You have the report, so there's a detailed explanation. That's why I was really insisting that please guys read the report before joining this call. because this call is not for me to come teach you something that has already been documented. That's why I took the time and I documented the report and I gave you beforehand. So again, if you didn't understand this in the report, which it's free online for you to go download, make sure you read that report in detail. Hopefully, as we are moving ahead, you will understand why you need to identify a market and you choose a problem. Okay, next step. Step number 2. Again, I really want you to position yourself as an employer. So you are an employer who is struggling with sales. You have these two candidates. Which of them will you hire? I'm just going to read it out. You can read along, right? So candidate 1 says, "Dear employer, when you hire me, I'm willing to do anything you instruct me to do to help you solve any problem you have. Just so you know, I have some skills in marketing, in sales, in business development. Please, I'm hoping you pay a little stipend to help cover my monthly costs for the duration of the internship. And lastly, I promise to do my best." So that was the presentation of candidate 1. Candidate 2. So candidate 2 says something like this: "Dear employer, to help you increase sales by 20%, I have designed the Business Innovation and Growth Engine framework. This framework consists of 3 core steps." So you actually list out the steps. Step 1, I'm going to do this. Step 2, step 3. By implementing these steps, it will positively impact your business with a 10% increase in gross revenue. In return, I'm seeking X amount in monthly stipend. If you were an employer, which candidate will you hire? So in the chat section again, if you think you hire 1, yeah, just put 1 in the chat section or 2. Okay, Larissa, you said 2, the Queen 2 as well. For the others, please guys, use the chat section. Okay, Randolph 2. Okay, Rachel 2 as well. So you see, there's a clear difference. And that is what I really want you guys to understand. Most of you on this call, most students, even when I was a student, we would do something like candidate 1. But the game has changed. The game has changed. Employers want to see what is the value you are going to contribute to them. Then when they see the value, then they see reason why they have to pay you. It's not about your degree. It's not because you have a master's degree or a PhD that you think you will just get a job. People want to see what are the steps you are going to take in order to solve a problem. And that is why approach number 2 is very, very important. Now, so in step number 2 of the framework on how to get an internship, especially now that is very, very competitive, or even to get a job, what you need to do is to design a project solution framework. Remember, in step number 1, I said choose a market and identify a problem. So if maybe you have chosen logistic and you have identified that maybe logistic companies in Belgium are having issues with their sales, you cannot just go tell them, "I want to help you solve your sales problem." Come up with a solution framework. Tell them, "This is what I'm going to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So there are 2 types of project solution framework you need to design. I call it the minimum viable product. So the first one is your sales letter that presents the solution architecture or the framework. The sales letter I ask you guys to read, or the report I ask you guys to read, that is my own sales letter, right? That is my own sales letter. You see, I'm not just telling you I'm going to help you get an internship, but I actually explain the steps I'm going to use in order to help you. So that builds it builds the trust that, okay, yeah, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Then the next thing you need to have in place is a modeling tool. Remember in that example, I said this guy explained that he or she is going to help that company have a 10% increase in revenue margin. When you simulate, tell someone that, "See, when I help you, you're going to have a 10%. Then in that 10%, you're going to pay me 1%. Take note, you are dealing with business. These businesses are not charity organizations. So whenever they are bringing you in as an intern, they need to see the value you're bringing. It's not because you are a student, they will just have pity for you. They want to be able to see the value. All those opportunities you see online that has been announced, those guys have done their homework and they know that if they bring an intern to solve this problem, this is what the intern will help them to gain, and from that gain they can remove a small amount and they pay you. So those things are not just for internship. Just like, yeah, they have the reason why they're doing that. So if you're going to be proactive, you need to be able to show the employer what value you can bring to them. Okay, so do you see why you need a sales letter and a modeling tool to secure paid internships? Again, the chat section, you can tell me yes or no. Then if it's a no, I can see how I can, explain again. If something is not clear, that is fine. So great. Next, step number 3. Now, in this case, assuming that you have presented your solution framework and these are 2 employers now asking you, they are presenting you offers. So they're asking you to join the group or the company, right? So employer number 1, you tell me which employer do you think you want to work for. So employer 1 says, dear graduate or student, I don't know. We received your project solution framework proposal. It's quite interesting, though it's not a priority for us. But we need some help in running office tasks. We haven't defined these tasks yet, but we will make sure you get enough tasks to be busy. We haven't made budget for this, but willing to arrange a small monthly stipend. When do you intend to start? So that was employer number 1. Employer number 2, dear graduates or student, we received your project solution framework and it's exactly what we need right now. In fact, this problem is really affecting our revenue negatively. We believe pairing with you to solve this problem using a framework you proposed is the solution we need right now. We have made budget available to help you put in place this solution for us. When do you want to start? Okay, still again, now in this case, you are the candidate and these are 2 employers presenting the offers to you. Which of the employers will you want to work for? Is it employer 1 or employer 2? I'm just asking these things just to be sure that we all understand before I move ahead. Maybe the answers are just quite obvious, but I just want to be 100% sure. Okay, I see everyone is saying 2. Now, again, I've seen examples and I think most of you will fall into that trap where you will accept internships from employers such as employer 1, where your responsibility will just be making coffees for senior workers. I've seen such a scenario. You take your time, you wake up in the morning, you dress well, you go to the office. After 1 month, they ask you, what have you been doing? You cannot even say what you have actually been doing. And it's not about just having an internship. It's about having an internship that has a professional, that you gain some experience that will help you get a job. So you see in this employer 2, there is a budget that has been allocated for it. They really need you right now. They are serious about solving a problem. It is not like it's a nice to have internship. It's a must have internship. Those are the kind of internships I want you guys to apply for or to go in for. And to have such an internship, then you need to be in control. So hopefully everyone understands why you should obviously accept that from employer 2. So the 3rd step, again, so after you have designed your project and the solution, the next thing you need to do is to pair with an SME. And SME stands for a small and medium-sized enterprise. The reason why I'm looking at small and medium-sized enterprise because about 85% of the economy is made up of small and medium-sized enterprise. But unfortunately, when our lecturers in school, they are giving us example, they only tell us about the big companies. You need to go and work for EY, you need to work for Pfizer, you need to work for the big companies. But unfortunately, those big companies can't hire everyone. They can only hire 3% of you. So you can imagine the competition. So those other small companies that we pass around and we think that those companies cannot hire you, those guys actually, they have money to hire you, especially for internships. So maybe you can pair with those ones, get the professional internship, get the professional experience. You might be lucky to work for them, or then when you have the professional experience, you can start target those big companies. What you need is the professional experience. So when you pair with these SMEs and you need to validate your project solution framework, there are 3 things you need to test for. 1, we test for desirability. Do they have the problem and are they willing to solve it right now? That is very important. And also, is there a budget that has been allocated for it? And does it make sense for you? Is it profitable? If they have allocated 1,000 euros and they're asking you to do an internship for 6 months, is that profitable for you? The next thing is test for feasibility. You might you might have promised them that yes, I can help you to solve a problem, that maybe to just stick to the sales example, maybe to help you increase sales by 10%. But they say no, we want to have a sales of an increase of sales of 50%. Is that possible? Can you deliver such a solution? So don't accept things that you cannot, because if you under deliver, then it's a failure. You always want to accept something that it looks feasible. Okay, so lastly, do you see why you need to pair with an SME and validate your project solution framework? Again, it's quite easy in the chat section, just a yes or no. And if it's a no, I'll try to explain. I hope I'm really taking some time to really explain, and you guys are getting the clear picture. I just don't want you guys to be distracted. So in the chat section again, please just let me know if you have understood. That sounds good. Okay. Now, so the three ingredients that you need to transition from a graduate to a paid internship. So step number one, choose your market. You cannot be everywhere, guys. You cannot be everywhere. Choose your market and think of a problem you want to solve. All companies are solving a problem. So you have to be able to think of a problem that you want to solve. Next, after you have chosen your market and the problem, you come up with a project solution framework. So you must have a project solution framework. And after you have a project solution framework, it is time to now look for SMEs. There are so many small and medium-sized companies in Belgium that you will not see them on LinkedIn. Or maybe they are on LinkedIn, but they are quiet. Or maybe your lecturers will not give you those kind of examples in class. So those are the kind of companies you want to go in for internship. Those guys, they do have money. You'll be surprised that there's a small company that you're passing by every day. They are making 5 million euros let's say a year. That's enough money for them to remove 3,000 euros to give you. It will cost them nothing. So I always say, I'm not saying that you should not look at the big companies, but go where you don't have competition, right? Okay. So I just want to find out, based on the 3 steps we have covered, which of these 3 steps do you see working for you? Do you see step 1? If you think maybe based on what we have covered, is this step 1, identifying a market and choosing a problem? Or is this step 2 for you? Do you think you need help to design a solution framework? Or is step 3 to pair with an SME to validate? Or if it's all, just put, so if it's 1, you put 1, 2, you put 2, 3. Or if you think it's all of them, then you put 4. I need to know so that I can maybe, if hopefully we work together, I should be able to help you with just maybe what you're asking for. So in the chat section, just put the number that you think you see it working for you. Okay. Sometimes when I speak, maybe based on my background, some of you might think, okay, because I am very technical, I have the degree and all those things, and maybe the solution work for me alone. But these are examples of students and graduates that I've worked with, and I'm currently working with right now, that we have implemented the framework and they are having tremendous results. I will start with Fidesia Free. She's a student in the University of Hassel doing a master's degree in data science. Recently, she secured a paid internship with Sempetex. Sempetex is a wholesale balloon distribution company in Belgium. Yeah, you see, this is an example where it's not a shiny company, it's not the EY and the rest, but see, it's a balloon distribution company in Belgium. In Cameroon, we say Bolo Bolo. But she's having a very good internship, which is being paid. You'll be surprised how much that company is transacting. And what is she doing there? She's helping that company to reduce revenue leakages using data analytics. So the next candidate is Vicky Edith. Vicky Edith is a graduate based in Germany. So she secured an internship with me, but it was being paid by the European Union. So when she came to me, I wrote the project proposal, identified everything, and she presented the project, and she got the paid internship. So 100% paid. Right now, she has decided to start her own firm, and what she's doing is she's helping fitness and wellness companies to increase sales by 20%. She's very, very athletic, so she really likes the fitness and wellness area. So That's what she's currently doing and making good money for herself. Then the third person I've worked with is Benis. So with Benis, we secured a business intelligence project with overseas travels in Cameroon. For those of you that are from Cameroon, you might know this company. So it started just like a small project, but as we speak right now, that project has transformed to a whole product that is called Boris Platform. For those of you that you might visit Cameroon, if you're Cameroonians, you can now book a trip via WhatsApp. That is the first, we are the first company with assistance of Benis to be able to put such a project back in Cameroon. So I'm just giving you examples of people that we are currently working with that are doing tremendous things and they are making so much impact, professional impact with the skills and with the help they are receiving from our team. Okay, now I'm just going to zoom in a little bit into what Fidesia was doing. So this is the sales letter I drafted. Personally, I drafted this sales letter for her. She went and presented the project with the balloon distribution company. And this is a project solution framework. So she designed everything and explained how she's going to solve that problem. And she even determined the hours she's going to put in. So we actually said she's going to use 168 hours. And what was the result? She got the paid internship and even more hours. So this is the ongoing project. So step number one, she's doing process mapping for the company, really mapping out all the things that the company, how the company should execute tasks. And also she's doing some data analytics. Okay. So my question for you is, do you want to join the other graduates who have successfully secured the paid internship on their way to secure a professional future? Is that what you want? Do you want to join them? So you can put in the chat section yes or no. Okay, the Queen said yes, so the Queen, you want to join the others. For the others, do you want to join? It's fine if you don't want to join them. If you have a solution, then that is totally fine. Our goal here is to give you the framework. I've given you the framework. You can learn from me, you can learn from the framework and go and implement on your own. That is totally fine. Okay, so I think we have everyone, like a majority yes. So let's move ahead. So for you to join the others, right? We have designed what is called the Lean Science Pioneer Program at the Graffiland-Lewa Center. The goal is to transform university graduates into highly paid interns within 6 weeks. So our goal is that within 6 weeks, we'll give you all the resources that you need in order to become a paid intern and hopefully become a professional as well. So what does that, I just want to simulate on average what our students are having, right? So we look to get internship for 12 weeks, so at least 3 months, because it doesn't make sense to have an internship for one month. For you to create an impact, you probably need like 12 weeks. We usually aim for 20 hours per week because that is the limit for students, right? Then I think I'm just giving you the standard in Belgium. If you're out of Belgium, then the rate might be different, but at least I think in Belgium now you are being paid 14 euros for the student rate. So when I do the calculation, so the 12 weeks times the 20 hours per week times 14, you stand a chance of getting this amount paid by an employer. So that is the amount hopefully you'll be paid by an employer. Now, the thing is, when you get the internship, it doesn't end there. Someone like Fidesia, someone like Edith, someone like, they get constant supervision from us. So from that amount that you will be paid, it's not coming from your pocket. You'll be paid by the employer. You pay a 1,000 for supervision. So that amount you only pay when you get paid by an employer. Then, but before you go and start getting the internship, you need your tools. So I'm going to break down the tools that you're going to need. So the tools will cost you is roughly 750 euros. Hopefully, taking everything into consideration, you definitely go back home with 1,600 euros, right? Plus your professional experience you have gained, and hopefully you get hired or you get a high quality recommendation from those employers. That is the average, something we have simulated, and that's what the others are actually having. Okay, I just want to break the tools for you. So these are the tools that you're going to need. The Lean Science program is a 7 modules program. So when you join, you will go through a 7 modules program, which is roughly like it's 150. We have a market assessment tool that the tool is good at assessing the market and identify problems that actually match your educational background and your interests. Again, you don't want to choose something that you are not very good at. So that is 100 euros. We have an AI Copilot framework generator. That generator will help you generate your solution framework for you. So you don't have to think on how to write those things because those things need special skills. So that one is 350. Then a state space business case modeler. Again, you can also go tell someone, please pay me 3,000 something euros without actually defending or persuading or having a business case why they should pay you that amount. So we are going to design you a model that when you go and you defend it, they will see reason why they have to pay you that amount. So 150. That is why in total you have 750. These are the tools that you are going to need. You are not paying us. These are the tools that you are going to put in place in order to help you go get the internship and execute the internship. Okay, so now summary. What I'm trying to say is the internship tools that you're going to need is 750 euros. But the fact that you're on this call right now, we are having a special discount. So I'm giving it for 500 euros and it expires after this event. When you invest for the tools, hopefully we're going to help you get an internship that you get paid at least 3,000, almost 3,400 euros. Again, maybe it's not about, it could not be all about the money. You also gain some very good professional experience. And as well, you never know, you can stand a chance to secure a permanent hire. So these are the tools that you need. So you, first of all, you have to pay for the tool. Then when you pay for the tool, will help you get the internship. It's only when you get the internship, then you will now pay for the supervision fee. So at the end of the day, you get a net positive amount in your pocket. I don't think you will have a better deal than this ever in your life. Trust me on that. Okay, there are only 5 spots left. You see clearly we have a couple of students we are working with already. There are only 5 spots left. If you miss this opportunity, the next time you will hear from me will be in June 2025. So if it's something that you think you want to join the team, then that is the payment details on the screen. The only way to say that is you're willing to join the team is when you pay in your money for your tools. Okay, why the others are making the transfer, if that's what you think you want, I'm open to take any questions. If you have any doubts, we have 10 minutes more. I'm open to take any questions if you have. Okay. Okay, guys, I really want to thank you for attending this call. Anytime you do have any question, you can follow up via email, also in the WhatsApp group. I will definitely help you. For those that are willing to join the team, I'm not alone. We are there to help you professionally. And the others are really it's not about getting an internship, it's about getting an internship and actually making good use of internship and giving professional results that would definitely help you to get a professional job. So that is the whole goal. That's what I'm trying to do for you guys. Okay, I thank everyone for attending, and yeah, see you later or see you next time. When next I have something new, I'll definitely share with all of you. Okay, bye bye.